Hi, it's Goldberg here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you 3 key areas that you can work on with yourself to stop being controllable to other people. We live in a world today that is full of people that are looking to manipulate, control, and exploit other people for their own agendas and selfish gain. So these 3 key areas will liberate you from control by other people. The first area is to heal any underlying feelings of anxiety or guilt. Anxiety and guilt are the 2 main emotions that makes a person easily controlled by someone else. And the reason for this is that anxiety and guilt, these 2 emotions are quite unpleasant to feel, these emotions. Okay, anxiety and guilt don't feel nice to experience these emotions. So if I come along and I sense with my cold empathy that someone has underlying anxiety or underlying guilt, all I have to do is to put that person into a position where they're going to feel anxious, they're going to be worried about something, or they're going to feel guilty about something. And now they're going to be wanting to liberate themselves from this anxiety or guilt. And I can steer a person in that direction that I want them to go in order to offer them a solution to get out of this anxiety and guilt, and therefore that makes the person controllable. Okay, so anxiety and guilt are the 2 main emotions that toxic people will use in order to manipulate and control you. Now, anxiety and guilt are very commonly formed in abusive and traumatic childhoods. Okay, like a narcissistic parent, a parent that blames or projects their problems onto the environment will often cause the child to have deep feelings of guilt. And anxiety also is a child that grows up in an environment that is not emotionally and or physically safe. So healing and resolving underlying feelings of guilt and anxiety will certainly liberate you from being controllable to other people by them using these 2 unpleasant emotions. Key area number 2 is to strengthen your internal and your external boundaries. Toxic people will identify people that have boundary issues, and it basically promotes to these exploitative and manipulative people that they can get into your personal space, get into your head, and say things to you and behave in certain ways in order to control you. So the internal boundary is the boundary that separates our feelings from our thoughts, and our external boundary is our boundary that separates us from other people. Where do I stop and where does the other person start? Where does my responsibility cease? This is internal and external boundaries, so strengthening and learning these personal boundaries is very important to stop being a controllable person to other people. And it comes with learning and with strengthening our way of thinking, emotional intelligence, and practice. The third key area that you can strengthen yourself in that will stop making you controllable to other people is to develop and enhance your communication skills. Most toxic and exploitative people are often very good and smooth communicators. So leveling up in your communication skills and confidence in communicating will certainly harden you as a target for this control and manipulation. So learning how to respond to passive-aggressive statements, learning how to respond to blame and aggression and allegations, false accusations, all this type of communication tactics that narcissistic people use will certainly help you to effectively navigate through these types of situations and dialogues with people. And it will certainly help you to be confident and effective in not being controllable to these types of controlling and toxic people. So I hope these 3 key points have been helpful. You're looking at about 1 to 6 months of work to heal underlying anxiety and underlying feelings of guilt from childhood, to develop healthy boundaries, and to strengthen and develop effective communication skills. It is work, but it's not impossible. It does take a little bit of time, but if someone is dedicated, it doesn't take so long. So if you have any questions on this, please feel free to reach out. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this content, okay, as much as you can to help other people. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you in future videos.